While we were still gathering together and while we were physically in one another's presence, we were walking through an incredible season of faith. We as a church stepped into this ready for more journey. And we began with a very dangerous prayer that when we began praying it, I don't think we had any idea what more meant and what God was going to do. In fact, we said that we wanted to pray the words out of the book of Mark that says, "We have never seen anything like this before." And I believe that is true now. We have never seen anything like this before. But I want to tell you, Soul City, I am so glad that God led us to begin praying that prayer bravely and boldly. And I am so glad that we stepped into this audacious vision, because I believe now more than ever, we need to be prepared and poised to be people that are ready for more faith. And so we just wanted to give you a quick update about our Ready for More campaign.
Yeah, as you know, we set out as a church to see God provide $9 million to be able to fully fund 2 brand new churches over the next 2 years, to build a physical house of hope here at our West Loop church, and actually be able to build out a Soul City studio where we could record and broadcast and actually be able to resource other churches and other people around the world with what God is doing in our church. And we had a vision night, and we had all kinds of meals and all kinds of conversations, and all kinds of people were praying. And there was this beautiful journal that everyone was going through, and we hung big signs in our windows and built arches in our entryway. And we were like poised to, we were ready to go into our commitment Sunday, and everything was ready to go. And then obviously all of this happened, the more that we were not expecting, that we didn't see coming. But we want to let you know where we're at with specifically Ready for More. And I just want to say the vision has not changed. The vision is still crystal clear. In fact, if anything, it's actually gotten more clear to us. We know that God is calling our church to reach more people, to make more room, to reach more people with the love of Jesus. And we're already seeing that happen, even when we've had to pause our services and our gathering times. In fact, just over the last 3 weeks, since we've moved everything we do to being digital and online, we've actually seen over our services and our daily prayer times that we do Monday through Friday. We do a time of prayer and worship. If you haven't joined us, you need to join us. Over 10,000 people in the last couple weeks have joined in and are watching regularly and are part of and participating in our church. That is a significant jump from where we were at just a few weeks ago. And it's people not only here in Chicago, all over the world.
Yeah, and it's not just that. We had this vision for a house of hope, and we decided, you know what? God gave us that vision. We might as well start being a full house of hope, and that has happened. While we have not built a physical addition onto this building, we are reaching more people than we ever have with the hope of Jesus. We have increased our benevolence. We have care offerings, care groups every single day of the week. We have done a supply drive for our partners at Breakthrough Urban Ministries. We have increased our support to our other partners around the world. We are now becoming a distribution center every single Friday here at Soul City Church in partnership with World Vision and in partnership with the City of Chicago and CPS to make sure that food is distributed to the most vulnerable in our city. We have become a house of hope in the midst of this campaign shifting completely.
Yeah, and part of the vision that God gave us late in the game for Ready for More was the House of Hope and for a Soul City studio. And I have an update for you. Here it is.
Welcome to the studio.
We're in the studio. We took a corner of our auditorium, and our team got together and creatively created this space so that we could safely record and continue to do the essential work of gathering together as a church. And we have built our studio, and we're actually resourcing people more than we ever have before as a church. So the vision has not changed, but we did want to let you know that with the full unity and support of our elder team, Jeannie and I have decided to pause the financial commitment aspect of our Ready for More journey that we're on until we are able to actually gather back together physically again. So we're pausing the financial side of the vision, not the vision itself. We're seeing God move in ways that we never could have imagined. But on the financial commitment side of it, we're going to pause that until we can actually begin to gather together physically. Now, we do know that some of you have already made your commitments, and we're actually blown away by the faith of folks who've already said before all of this and since all of this, I'm still in on this vision. And you have made commitments. Some of you have begun to give towards your 2-year commitment towards Ready for More. And we just want to say, thank you. That is amazing. We know a lot of our church was still in the prayer process about where God was leading them. But for those of you who got led to that point and you started to give, thank you. We are blown away and inspired by your faith. And we know that God has so much more in store for us. We know that we will be on the other side of this. Do you know that? We will be on the other side of this. And we think God has such a better story than the one we've spent a year working on. And I just want to be really honest with you. As your pastors, we're really sad about it too. We're really sad. We saw all that God was doing, the stories that were coming out of Ready for More, and to hit pause on that, on the financial commitment side of that for right now, was a tough decision, but we knew it was the right decision. And we're sad about it. But we're trusting that there is more, that God has more for our story as a church, and that we're going to look back in a year or in 2 years and say, we just couldn't see it. We couldn't see it then, all that God had in store for us. So we just wanted to give you that update to let you know where we've been at as leaders, as your lead pastors, and as our elder team and our staff team as well.
That's right. And so what does that mean for you? It means we want you to continue to live out the prayer of having Ready for More faith. You know, in the very beginning, we said, this is not a fundraiser. This is a faith raiser. And so we want your faith to grow. We want you to be a person. We want to be people that say, God, we are ready for more of you, and we want to be ready for more faith in this world. And we said the primary goal was 100% participation. So we are here to tell you today that has not changed. We long for you to continue to live out your faith like never before, to pray bold and audacious, ridiculous prayers, asking God, how do you want me to be ready for more faith? How do you want to use me? How do you want to have me extend your love to somebody that most needs it? And so we would say to you, while we have paused the generosity component of this campaign, we have not paused the vision. We long for you to be people that live ready for more. So we just wanted to give you that update. As soon as we know when it's time to move forward, you will be the first to know.
Yes, that's right.
And so we just wanted to let you know that, Soul City. We love you. We are so grateful for you. We miss you. We miss being with you. And until we are together again, we pray that God would wreck your life. He would wreck your praise with his amazing love and grace. We'll see you next Sunday, Easter Sunday.